Hi guys, it's Wade here with your Thursday Spot on Pagan Perspective. I've recorded this video now about 6 times and I'm about to lose my patience with it. My camera's broke. I've just recorded it on this camera and it's not done it. I recorded it on my mum's camera and the battery died. So I'm going to keep this short and sweet because I keep going into too much depth and it ends up like a 20-minute video. So I've now wasted about 3 hours of my life trying to do this damn video. So, first of all, happy birthday to the channel. I can't express how great it's been to be part of this channel actually. It's opened so much up to me, and not only that, it's been a great personal journey for me to explore my own confidence as well. So I'm going to keep it short and sweet, but thank you to everybody who supported my videos on here, and thank you for me being initially brought onto the channel as well, because it's been absolutely amazing so far. It's 2 years. I've been here just about a year and a half, and it's just been really amazing. It's been really good. So hope you're all having a fantastic week. Happy birthday to Cara for Tuesday. She was 21, so go over and talk to her now, wish her a happy birthday. So yeah, like I said, this video has been done a million times. I had to do it last night, then it was 4 o'clock, so I was like, you know what, I'm going to bed. So I went to bed, woke up, and now the water's cut off, so I can't have a damn bath. So I apologise for looking an absolute scruff. I'm not going to lie to you, I feel horrible. And yeah, so I'm just going to cut to the questions. Basically, I did read them all out, but it seems to be taking up so much time in the video. So the first question is about woods in magic, using different woods and their correspondences. The next question is about making your own wand. How do you do it? How do you go about that? And then the next question after that is which direction do you use to represent each element? The question after that is about the right and wrong magical correspondences, and basically I'm going to fit them all together because basically it's about correspondences and of all different things. First of all, what I want to mention is, in my opinion, magic isn't measurable, and the main reason for that is nobody has sat down for each of these correspondences and specifically tried and tested what is right. For example, a herb that is said to be used for love by certain sources could be equally as good at using for health, and you'll never know that until you try, because there is no way to measure magic. So when you have people sit there and go, you're not using it right, you're not using it for the right thing, blah 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 blah, I say just stick 2 fingers up to them, well, if you're old enough, even though that's quite rude, because at the end of the day, where is their proof as to why that works for a certain thing and you can't use it for another thing? There is none at all, there never is. So don't feel like you have to listen to someone, especially because they're older. I mean, I'm not having a go at anybody who is older. There are a lot of people that might have 100% more wise than I am, but there are also a lot of people who are completely up themselves and feel like they know everything when they actually really don't know anything. So yeah, I just think it's important for you to, if you're going to look at sources as to what works best for something, take it with a pinch of salt, because nobody's sat there, tried and tested that. Yet you can sit there and say, throughout time it's been used for blah 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 blah. Throughout time we've evolved, and if I remember correctly, when we were earlier in our evolution, we actually originated from apes, and then we moved into cavemen and cavewomen, and then we actually lived in villages where our intelligence was still incredibly low. So if you're still going to base today's standards on what they did back then, I think that's just a bit idiotic, to be fair. Yes, take it with a pinch of salt, like I say. What I'm saying, there may be some things that they did then. Obviously their lives revolved around the earth, but you also have to understand that what they found out then, they spent their whole lives discovering. We can pick up a book now and learn their whole lives in a whole week. You know what I mean? So we can become a master of the arts within a few months, whereas they spent their whole lifetime, generations trying to figure out that. So you have to understand that their intelligence, I'm not knocking them for what they did, they worked hard at what they did, but you can't base your beliefs on something that they did when they don't have the intelligence that we have now. I know that sounds quite harsh, but at the end of the day I get sick to death of people saying, you're not following the old ways, Wicca's a new religion, blah 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 blah. I actually find it quite offensive that they are undermining their own intelligence like that. Because at the end of the day, I'm not knocking religions, but you are. If you're going to tell someone that they're doing something wrong, you are clearly uneducated in your brain, because you have no proof to prove that you're right or any better than the other person, just because you use the term that the old ways are the original ways. That's absolutely ridiculous. It really is. So I just wanted to put that out there for anybody who thinks that, because it's one of those things that drives me up the damn wall, really does. So yeah, so don't necessarily feel like the sources that tell you something should be used for something is correct. Magical correspondence is right and correct. Like I say, it's down to what you feel's right. You're not going to sit there and try and test a spell with 100 different variables, changing everything to see which works best and which is the problem in the spell. You're not going to have time. You're going to spend your whole life doing that, and it's pointless because you're not going to want to do the spell after about 2 weeks after you've started doing this whole trial period. It's not like a science method. You're not going to write down the results, the method, the apparatus. You can't do it like that because it's not going to work. You're going to have to do what feels right to you. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, then you just move on. And that's the thing with witchcraft. It's experimentation. Now on to the next topic, which is about creating your own wand. Like I say, again, you have to do what feels right to you. I literally picked a branch up off the floor. I didn't want to know what the wood... Now, I do need to stress, I do believe that things are good, like specifically good at certain types of magic, different woods, different herbs. I also believe that a certain thing can be good at a variety of things, but specifically really good in one thing. Do you know what I mean? So when I went searching for my wood for my wand, I didn't want to know the type of wood initially. I literally, because I'm quite OCD, and I didn't want to sit there in magic being like, using my wand and then thinking, well actually it might not work for this spell because it's really good at love, blah, 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 and maybe it's an undoing a curse spell, etc. I didn't want that playing in my mind because that distracts you from the magic. So, and that's just how I work. So I decided I just look for a branch that I like and I work on it because it's my first wand and I absolutely love it. I wanted to keep all the materials natural. That was a personal choice. I wanted to have a crystal at the tip and I wanted to fasten that in with beeswax. I wanted to varnish it. I wanted to keep it quite natural. Obviously the varnish isn't necessarily that natural, but I wanted to keep them things that wouldn't take away from it, you know what I mean? Like, it's a clear quartz crystal. I originally wanted peridot, but then I realised actually I'd rather not specialise in a certain type of magic for my wand, so I'd rather go clear quartz. I would show it you, but I think it's in one of my other videos, so just flick back then. I don't know when it is, so you just probably have to search on the page. Sorry about that. But yeah, it just comes down to what you feels right and what you want your wand to look like. You can carve it, etc. It's totally up to you. Don't feel like you have to do it a certain way because a certain person said you should do it like that. If you want a circular shaped wand, I don't know why you can't have a circular shaped wand. Obviously it'd be awkward, like trying to draw a circle, but if you want a circular shaped wand, just do it. At the end of the day, the religion to me is like an arts and crafts religion. It's basically you create the religion from a base. You use your visions, your inspiration, what drives you. You become the artist of your religion, of your beliefs. You become the driver of your life. I know I'm sounding like a preacher right now, but that's what paganism is. Paganism is a basis of beliefs you connect to, and then you create your own vision for that. Which is why I'm drawn to it so much, is because of that fact and the fact that I believe in the main things. I really do, and then from that I can expand my brain, and there's no constriction to it. And now a lot of people don't like Wiccans and a lot of pagans because of their openness and the fact they don't relate to something that was previously done, and I personally think that's all the more the better, because we're open to experimentation, we're open to new ideas, and we're also open to being told that we're wrong. And I think that's an important thing, that you need to keep level-headed within it. Yeah, you believe these things, but it's important to realise that things can change and your opinion can change, and there's no point forcing yourself to believe something you just don't believe in. And I think that's what makes us a little more settled in our religion and our belief. And our openness as well within the community, that we can easily just say, I'm feeling a bit off today, I'm not really sure if this is the right path. And I don't think that's a bad thing at all. I think questioning your path is amazing. As I've mentioned in various videos, it can make you change your beliefs, but it can also make your beliefs stronger. You find a new path that you're meant to go down, and life is a game that you need to explore. And if you don't explore it, if you constrict yourself to it, you're going to have a crap life. So at the end of the day, sod it, just do what you feel's right, honest to God, because you're not going to get anywhere listening to what other people tell you to do, honestly. Right, the final question, the camera's still on, so hopefully I can quickly get to this one. It's from Novel Sunrise. Now, I'm going to tell you all the people that have asked questions this week, just so they know that I have said their names. The first one was from Time with Time. The second two was from Cyborg Slayer Neela. And the next one was from Chrissy Rose. And now this one's from Novel Sunrise. And the question is there any danger in doing something in ritual the wrong way, or is it best to do for the practitioners to do what feels right to them. I've heard some pagans say do what feels right to them, and others say do it a certain way or suffer the consequences. The consequences mentioned are problems with astronasties and evil spirits. That could be attracted by the work you're doing, cause problems. What's your opinion on how to be safe from rituals, such things, or is there even such danger? This is important, and I know this is going to cut out, so I'm going to have to be quick. Safety is the most important part of the whole religion. If you're going to go and expand things in what you think is right, you need to make sure that you're safe. My opinion, I always draw a circle, and it's not just the physical state of creating a circle, it's the mental initiative of keeping yourself safe. The knowledge that you want to put up this physical shield also puts up a mental shield. And it doesn't necessarily have to be you creating a circle. If you don't agree with circles, do your own thing that you feel is right. Maybe meditate, a shield. It's just, and also being precautious with the words that you say as well. And you don't necessarily always have to do this physical state of creating a circle, putting shields up, etc., wearing a cloak. Sometimes it's just about making sure you word things right. Sorry, I've got a really bad cough coming on. And I can't stress to enough how many people come into the religion pretending that they believe in it all just because they want to actually see if something happens. They want to see if it's real. I've had so much experience with people like this. They want to see if it exists. Then they dabble with it a bit and they're like, no, it doesn't. Then they don't realise that what they did is actually having repercussive effects. But karma works at such a strange rate that their life starts to get a bit crapper. And they don't know what it is. And it's like, well, you just did something which ended up in you getting haunted, or ended up in you probably did a spell for someone else, maybe to attract love, and now you can't get with anybody for like 10 years. Well, I'm sorry, if you made that stupid decision of not to listen to the precautions, or not even look for precautions, then that is your own fault. I can't sit here and say you should always do it, because I know people won't. And it's like when you go to buy a product. If I'm going to buy a new camera, for heaven's sake, I want to look at the reviews online beforehand, because I don't want to buy a camera that's crap. So I don't want to go and do a spell that's going to ruin my life. You know what I mean? And this is the ignorance that really annoys me. Is when people deliberately come in the craft to try and do little things. They think it's fine. Their parents have told them how scary it is, but they're like, oh, whatever. It's the old generation. And then you have to realise, actually, you need to do your research, because you're going to end up really effing up a part of your life if you don't focus. I think it's all down to focus, going over your spellcraft, make sure it's perfect, and make sure you find a way that you feel safe with working, for example, circles, etc. I can't really talk about this in such big detail because it's like a book's worth of material, which I really do actually want to do. I'm not stealing your idea, Dancing Rabbit, but I kind of do want to do a bit of a know-how book. Not now. But I think that'll be probably a concept for the future. Yeah, so I'm going to carry on. Yes, so basically that's it. I don't really know what else I can tell you this week. Basically, just don't ignore the sources. Listen to the sources. Listen to the materials that are there for you to look at and observe the experiments and ways that people have done in the past. But don't necessarily take it as God's word, because there's no way you can prove that that is the right way to go about it. If you feel comfortable with the way that people are doing it, do it that way. At the end of the day, in my opinion, you've got to do what feels right to you. And I'm not taking people down who believe in the old ways, and I'm not taking people down who do things a certain way and feel that everybody should do it their way. At the end of the day, you've got to look at it realistically, and magic isn't measurable. It isn't measurable, and you can't measure what works best. You can only assume that that was what worked best, because variable situations are always different. So I hope this has been an informative video to you all. Hope you're not all confused. If you are, send me a message. I had a lovely message actually sent to my YouTube, which I will reply to right now. So if you've seen this, I should have sent you the message. If not, I've probably run out. So hope you're all having a fantastic week. Next week is subs week, so happy birthday to the channel, happy birthday to Cara, and hope you all have a fantastic weekend. Blessed be. Peace out.